In our first reading today, we see a well educated young Pharisee named Saul, zealous for keeping the Jewish law. Seeing a conflict between the basic message of Christians that Jesus was the Messiah and the traditions of the fathers of Judaism, he has his sight set on removing Christians and their influence from the synagogues of Damascus. He had already witnessed the stoning of Stephen and received written permission from the temple's high priest to arrest those who believe in Jesus is the Messiah and escort them back to Jerusalem for punishment. So on his way to Damascus, he got a surprise. He was confronted by Jesus himself when a bright light surrounded and blinded him. He fell to the ground and heard a voice saying, "I am Jesus of Nazareth, whom you are persecuting." Following this encounter, the young Pharisee's soul prayed with Christians. His sight was restored and he was baptized. He had become a man with a new name, Paul. He had new directions, this time from God himself. He was to share his experience with the risen Lord. God was going to use his Jewish background, his religious training, his Roman citizenship, his sharp mind, and his zeal to spread the truth, goodness, and beauty of the gospel. He arrived in Damascus with a new goal and a new mission. Instead of dragging Christians from the synagogues, he started preaching in the synagogues, proclaiming Jesus as the Messiah, the Son of God. And the people who heard him were astounded. Later, he told people who responded to his ministry that he has joy praying for them with confidence that God will complete his work in them. Friends, today, many Catholics are missing the joy that Jesus promised them that Paul experienced. Why? We miss it because we are not encountering Christ. That's what Pope Francis always says. If you really want to experience joy, encounter Christ. And that is the only way, the surest way to experience joy. We miss because sometimes we reject the legitimate authority of the church, the validity of the sacraments, the sacredness of marriage, the respect for parents and other authorities. We are comfortable fitting in with other rejecting Catholic and non-Catholic friends. We are not being blinded by a bright light. We are not hearing an audible voice, but Jesus is calling us just as he called Paul. He's calling us to believe and accept available grace to meet our needs and experience his joy. Are we ready to meet Jesus in the Eucharist today and move on to what he wants us to be for him?